age of information and the widespread access to the internet has brought to a lot of us connection, opportunities. However, even though I am one of those individuals that has clearly benefited from the possibility of making a career out of social media and specifically broadcasting myself, if you will, on all the different social media platforms that I have expanded onto, unfortunately, even though for many of us this has been a great opportunity to turn a hobby or a passion into a way to create a monetary gain and support our own families, this new network of opportunities has created a new series of phenomena that honestly, up to a few years ago, we wouldn't have even been able to imagine nor fathom. In the world of social media and streaming as a job, this has created a whole new series of wealthy, in fact, rich people, new money, if you will, within the sector. Now, so far so good. If you're good, you're talented, you're pretty, you will have more success than people that don't have these qualities. That's just how the world goes. No problems with that. However, what happens if there is a way to monetize your beauty and attractiveness as a sort of shortcut to quick money, quick success, bypassing the whole, oh, I also have to be entertaining, I need to be smart, I need to be funny, and also I need to hope to get lucky with the algorithm so that eventually after grinding, people will see me and then they will subscribe, follow, and all the rest, and then I can become a popular streamer. What happens if you have the beauty but you haven't reached the peak, right? You haven't entered the inner circle of content creators that can do this as a job, and now you feel frustrated. Well, this is where we enter the space of OnlyFans, which to me is a very, very damaging, dangerous space on the internet. I am indeed on every single social media platform ever, so people jokingly have been asking me, so when are you gonna make the Metatron OnlyFans? I always give them the same answer. Due to my name, Metatron, the best I can do for you guys is Holy Fans. I also love the irony that when you write OnlyFans on Google, the first thing we get is their values. Their values. Now check this out. OnlyFans.com values are mission, vision, and values. I gotta check this one out. Our mission, empowering creators and fans. Our vision, revolutionize the creator economy by delivering unmatched opportunities for creators and fans. Liars. Our core values, guys. This is gonna be deep. Our values define who we are at OnlyFans. They underpin our success and that of our creators, fans, and communities. Each value is vital and collectively shapes our culture. Okay, what are these values though? What are the values? Respect. We celebrate our unique community and welcome creators and fans from all genres. Together we build a community where everyone feels valued and respected. What a mockery. Safety. We are dedicated to delivering robust safeguards that prioritize the safety, privacy, and well-being of the whole OnlyFans community. Honestly, privacy is a mirage. It's gone. Final. Ended. Dead. And buried. There is no such a thing anymore. Freedom of expression. We are bold. Oh yeah, we cultivate a space for creators and fans to express themselves freely. Define express themselves. Integrity, trust, honesty, transparency. We do the right thing regardless of whether anyone is watching. Integrity. Empowerment, we give you control, we give creators the tools to control and monetize their content, and to grow their fan base. We give fans the opportunity to choose who they subscribe to and the content they view. Accountability, we take responsibility for our words and actions and own our results. Okay, so this is complete nonsense. OnlyFans, British social media and content distribution platform. I love it that they just call it content. I'm not sure exactly because I know that some of you who is more knowledgeable is going to tell me, no, but it's not just about sex. It's not just about, there are also people that do this, but they don't, I haven't got a clue. Okay, so if you're going to correct me, feel free. Let's say that I'm just speaking broadly. Okay, broadly. OnlyFans is sex work. That's what it is. Now, would I make it illegal for people to share naked pictures of themselves on the internet for money? As long as it's, I'm against big government and massive government intervention. So what I would say about that is as long as it's adults who are watching and adults who are providing the service, then no, I wouldn't make it outright illegal. And the problem is that this is much worse than regular prawn. And the reason why I think it's much worse, it's because these are not prawn stars. These are not people that made that decision in their life for whatever reason. That's what they do. This is accessible by everyone, and in fact it's very enticing to a lot of young people, particularly young women. And the reason why it is because it's easy money, and also it's presented in a way that it makes it look normal, right? This is all about the normalization of sex work as an opportunity. You could be a student, you could go to university, where they'd probably encourage this anyways, considering how universities are right now, but that's beyond the point. You could be a professional, like a businesswoman. You could become a lawyer. You could become a police officer. You could become a Twitch streamer at this point. I don't know, you could become a trad wife and marry a husband that provides for you. That's also an opportunity, shunned upon, of course, by society these days, but it's still an option. Or if you want, you can just do sex work on OnlyFans. But no, it's you can distribute content as a form of self-expression and art in a way that it's remunerative for you and empowers who you truly are. Because this is what they do. This is what they do. They will paint things. They will use their words carefully in a way that it's crafted as to completely disrupt the general perception of what they're actually doing, and giving people a false representation of what is actually going on here. Now, once again, I want to point this out. Of course, one of the reasons why I find OnlyFans to be immoral and something that is problematic for our society and also for the upbringing of our children and the youth is clearly because of my traditional values, my Christian values, obviously. So I'm not saying that you should share my values or agree with me. No, if you disagree with me, it's fine. Just be civil and we can talk about it in the comments, and I can expand as to why I think this is going to be, in the long run, regardless of whatever money you're going to make, I think this is going to be erosive for the youth that engage in this kind of content and the production of this type of activity. But I do understand that there will be some of you that will disagree with my opinions and my ideas. Here's the thing though. It is my platform. So isn't it only natural that I will share the opinions that I have? Also because I feel strongly about these, and therefore, in my worldview, I'm actually trying to help people avoid choices that they, in my opinion, will regret in the future. At the end of the day, the reason why I'm deciding to make a video about this is because I do care for the true, real, and long-lasting happiness of the younger generation. And I think that the type of temptations, if you excuse a religiously charged word in the discussion today, are multiplied by a factor of 1,000 compared to how things were when I was a teenager growing up. And the thing is that we constantly speak about children, oh, look at these children and this and that. But they do have access to this, not in the sense that they can produce content on it until they're adults. Of course, this is, I believe, against the terms of service. But then again, there are always ways to circumvent those terms of service, which is really, once again, a demonstration that anything that may appear to be even remotely acceptable at a societal level, it's instead just a facade and a mask. Because one thing I saw on X, on Twitter, was that they were showing how, I forgot the name to be honest, but there was this popular streamer, I guess, and she created an OnlyFans account and waited for the split second she turned 18 to start posting content on it. And the amount of people that were subscribing monetarily, just waiting there, like their life depended on it, is crazy. Now, of course, she made a lot of money off of it. But my real question when I read this news was the following. If she clicked live for all of her nude and I don't even know if there was porn involved. I don't know. But if the split second she turned 18, she posted content, that means that content was filmed beforehand. You do realize that. Because content, as a content creator, I know that videos need to be edited. They need to be color corrected. You need to balance contrast and brightness levels. You need to render them. You need to upload them. I don't know if they have thumbnails on OnlyFans. I haven't got a clue. But since this appears to be a multitude of videos and content that was paid for, and she made a lot of money off of it, it tells me that this stuff was recorded beforehand. And in general, it kind of feels very creepy, the idea of someone literally waiting for barely legal, literally an hour. Like an hour before that, an hour prior, it wouldn't have been legal. You know what I mean? So there is always going to be stuff like this. Now, if we click on Wikipedia, it says OnlyFans is an internet content paid subscription service based in London, England. The service is widely known for its popularity with pornographers, although it also hosts other content creators, including athletes, musicians, and comedians. Yeah, that's what I say. I don't know if there are people that post content that it's like, yeah, it's behind a paywall, but it's not pornographic in nature. I don't know. You'll let me know. But of course, this is the main revenue producer, which, as you can see here, is in the $1.3 billion in 2023. And another thing that I think is worth pointing out is the growth. I mean, look at this. It tells us 2020 is growth. Amateur and professional sex workers drove OnlyFans' early growth, a process further accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic and the recession it caused. Between March and April 2020, the user creator base grew by 75%. 75%! That is an insane growth. And really makes you wonder. Really, the point of this video is this. I'm not trying to shame people. I don't do that because I know it's counterproductive, even at a psychological level as a teacher. I know that that's not going to work. If you try and shame people and point the finger and call them names, that's not going to work. But I do want to point out instead this. The lines have become blurry. We are navigating through very dangerous gray lines. Because think about it. When something becomes successful as a business model, other platforms will follow suit, contributing to exponential growth of whatever phenomenon that we are discussing. We have seen this happen with TikTok. Short content in vertical form has become ubiquitous, made a lot of money. So, of course, YouTube followed suit with shorts, Instagram with reels, and Facebook with whatever the heck they call them, I don't know. Likewise, due to the fact that this form of sex work, whether it be just nudes or whether it be full-on pornography, has become extremely popular and has produced a lot of money, because this is all about money. It's not about empowerment. What the heck that means anyways. It's about money. It's about net profits. It's about investors. When this becomes a thing, what happens is that other platforms will follow suit. Now, I don't believe YouTube will get to that point. I mean, you never know if member content is now going to start to be like lifting the kind of restrictions that are present in the terms of service of YouTube. I don't know if we're going to go there or not. I hope not, to be honest. One of the other dangers of this is that you will get the wrong type, that the popularity might connect you with the wrong type of fans that then will get obsessed with you, particularly if you start showing them I guess too much interest as a girl. I do believe that women are particularly in danger when it comes to this, more than men, to be fair. It can happen to men too, but someone like this, I don't know who she is. I don't even know if this is Fortnite. I haven't got a clue. Pretty girl, right? Pretty girl. She's got the plait, whatever, and so she's gonna, and that's fine. She's doing nothing wrong, and yet there will be people that get obsessed with her, and that doesn't mean that she shouldn't do it, but it does mean that you need to be careful who you accept money from. And the most important things when it comes to streamers is always a basic rule, which works for all type of content creators, including myself: never meet anyone physically, meaning you date someone you don't know already outside of content creation. Content creation and the people that support you, whether they are true fans, whether they're great people, or whether they're actually crazy lunatics that will murder you if they can, because, I don't know, they thought that you had an actual parasocial, because of they think that their parasocial relationships are actual real relationships and what have you, or they're jealous and whatnot. They will get obsessed over you, and so you cannot meet them. You cannot meet them physically. It doesn't matter. Don't do if you give me $50,000, I'll have lunch with you. Don't do this stuff, because people have died because of it, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Now, where would I set the standard? I don't need to set it. I think it's something that every person, every individual can decide for themselves how far they want to go into the sexualization of themselves. Once again, if it's an adult and the people watching are adults, then nothing illegal when it comes to that. But even something like this, okay? So clearly this is a sexualized pose. All I'm saying is, if you want to use your beauty in order to attract, and your attractiveness in order to in fact attract more supporters on your Twitch, just be careful. It's all I'm saying. Be careful, keep the distance, the walls up. And that's all I'm saying. And the other thing that I would like to say is, once again, for those who are considering OnlyFans, right? I would strongly tell you, just be a normal streamer. Just be a normal streamer. I personally don't believe that this is the way to happiness, regardless of the kind of money that is involved in this space. And due to the fact that this is my personal belief, I'll just tell you. And then you do with what I'm saying, whatever you will. It's your freedom. You can do whatever you want. Anyways, this is what I wanted to share with you today. As just speaking to you as a brother, I would stay away from OnlyFans, to be honest. I don't think it's worth it. I think there are other ways to make social media your career. I know it's enticing. I know that as a young person in this specific era, everyone wants to do what I do. And I understand it. So would I if I was 18 or 16 or 14 right now, 100%. So I do understand it, and I am, of course, very grateful for where I am, but it did take 12 years. It did take a lot of work to figure it out and a lot of grinding. And maybe it won't be like this for you. Maybe you're like one of these young kids that is really good at with all these apps. I'm not even going to tell you how long it took me to figure out OBS. So anyways, maybe for you, it won't take that long. But I would avoid shortcuts that you might regret in the future. Just grind, just do your thing, be yourself, post your content, open your Twitch, open your whatever the heck Kick. Oh, by the way, I'm on Kick too. Open your YouTube channels and just film yourself, be yourself. And yeah, if you're beautiful, absolutely, use it. Why not? It's something you have, and if you're handsome as well, I think you should totally do that, and there is nothing wrong with it. But I would just say, just be mindful of the lines you choose to cross, and most importantly, whatever line you choose to cross, just be careful and be safe.